Alright, today I just want to talk about the absurd reality that nobody picks. I'm mad about a specific game, and we'll get to that. But what goes through, and I genuinely want to know what goes through your mind when you load into a competitive game and you pick a character that you have never or barely played just to play them. Like, that's what quick play is for. I get it. I try to learn new characters, too. When my friends aren't on and I want to play Marvel Rivals, I go to quick play and I grab characters that I don't play often. I don't play them in comp, I'm not very good with them, and I want to learn, and I want to get better. And I get that. And, I've been trying out Sidelock a lot, mostly because I spent too much money on the gacha to afford not playing Sidelock. But before that, I just really wanted to learn Magic, because I like Magic as a character. But okay. So here's the example, because I genuinely want to know what people are thinking when they do this. I load into a game, and 5 of us select tank. It's pre-ban, so during the pre-ban phase, I go, hey, do we want to run goats, or maybe triple tank, since so many of us are tank mains, we might be able to make it work. And I get no response. We only had one person select healer, select support, strategist. They had selected Rocket Raccoon, because I was on Penny. And as soon as ban phase is over, someone's Angela got banned, so they got on DPS. The Rocket got on DPS. Okay, so the other 2 people, they insta-lock tank, and then me and the other guy, we switched to support. So now we had 2-2-2. Fine. But the problem with that is our Moon Knight, the Rocket, switched to Moon Knight. He was going negative, so we switched to Punisher. He barely made even, and then he switched to Strange for Portal at last fight, and he finally broke positive numbers. He finished 15 and 13. And I was like, what was he thinking? Why did he play those characters? Because he played them non-stop. It was domination. He played the entire first round on Moon Knight. He played most of the second round on Moon Knight, and then swapped to Punisher, wasted his ult. Genuinely, there was nobody in LOS. He just used it. They were all up on high ground. They just backed away a little bit. And I had already gotten them to back away. We were already winning that fight. He just popped it to use it. I don't understand why he would do that. And then after the fight, after the game, we lose. Duh. I go and I check his profile. And I'm like, Sorry, let me explain. The other tank had swapped off and gone to their Lord Magic, because obviously things weren't getting done. And so, tank was open. Just FYI. For most of the second round, tank was open. So I go and I check his profile. Tons of hours on Strange. Tons of hours on Mag. He has 13 hours on both Emma and Thor. He has 25 hours on Rocket Raccoon. He chose to play Moon Knight and Punisher. He had 50 hours on Moon Knight and 50 minutes on Moon Knight and 40 minutes on Punisher. And that's if we're looking at all-time, all game modes. All-time, all game modes, including quick play. 40 minutes and 50 minutes. Both of those characters, because I checked, he has played 4 games on Moon Knight, won 1 match. And this was after, so I'm pretty sure it counted ours in there. So before ours, he had played 3 games on Moon Knight, 1 win. All time, all modes. He played 4 games on Punisher, 1 win. Again, after the match, which means it's probably lower than that. It's probably 3-1. So, I don't know what went through his mind to, as soon as ban phase was over, insta-lock Moon Knight. Because I get trying to learn new characters. That is what quick play is for. If you take the character, it should be, you take your character to the practice range. You press F1, you look at all the abilities, you figure out how they interact with the enemy, how can you use this, how much damage does it do, how much distance can I travel with this. And once you figure out how everything works, then you can take them into, if you're confident, quick match, or Or, if you're unconfident, practice versus AI. If you keep losing a quick match, maybe go to practice versus AI. And in those ones, you learn, how do I do this? How does this work in a real game setting? That's what I've been doing with Psylocke and with Magic, because I don't play a bunch of DPS, so I've been trying to learn some, just in case I get to fill. And there was one game where I did play a little bit of Psylocke in competitive, and I know I'm not the best Psylocke. But you know what I did? I went, wow, I'm having a really bad game. I said that to my team. I said, this is a really bad game. I'm going to hop on support. I'm not having a good time. I can just run triple support since they didn't want to get off support. And we ran triple support. We ended up winning that game because I had the decency, the brain power to go, I don't know how to play this character. I was doing really well in quick play, but that was quick play. I thought I was better than this. I am not. I'm either still need practice, or I'm just out of my league. And so I got off, and I got on something that I am more comfortable on, so that way we could win. And we won. And I don't see how people don't recognize that. I don't understand what possessed him to click Moon Knight, do really bad on Moon Knight, go, we're on 3 DPS right now. I could play Strange. Can't play Mag because someone is already on Mag. But I could play Strange or Emma or Thor, which are 3 of my top 5 most played characters. Or I could choose to play the Punisher. You know what? I could choose to play the Punisher, dude. That would solve all of our problems if I played the Punisher, because I don't know how to play the Punisher. So let's play the Punisher. I'm genuinely curious. If you have done this, where you choose a character you genuinely don't know how to play, and you play them for the entire match in a competitive game, please tell me, comment below, tell me what you were thinking, because I desperately want to understand the thought process, and I don't know how to explain it any other way. Like, of course I'm going to flame the people on my team who do that, but at the same time, I'm just so curious. What were you thinking? Like, of course, try out Moon Knight. Fine, you want to play DPS instead of support, play Moon Knight. I didn't judge him when he went to Moon Knight. I didn't see a Lord icon, and I wasn't like, oh, okay, you must be bad. I just went, okay, I'll play support then, right? I'm mature enough for that. But then you did really bad, and you swapped. But instead of swapping to something you're comfortable on, because he had a few DPS up in his top 10 and up in his top 20. By the way, Moon Knight and Punisher weren't even in the top 20 of his most played characters, all modes, all time. Instead of swapping to anybody in his top 20, anybody he has at least an hour on, anybody he's won more than one game on, he swapped to Punisher, which again, he has never played. I don't know what is going through some people's minds when they do things like that, because triple support was open. He could have went triple support, or he could have gone 2 tanks. Either one could have worked, and he chose to do neither. And I don't get it. If I got it, I wouldn't be making this video. I really just want to understand, because it doesn't make sense. That's what quick play is for. You go to these other modes to learn. Arcade is good at that. The 18 versus 18, what I said about learning how your abilities interact in the practice range, you can do that in 18 versus 18. I've been doing that with a few characters, and it's really fun, because I got to play Hawkeye in there, and damn, it's fun. It's fun to play Hawkeye in a mode where it doesn't really matter if I die a bunch. I get to learn how it interacts. Oh, this is how Hawkeye's supposed to escape. Well, he didn't really get an escape. You just kind of knock them away with a sword and you hope you kill them. Your DPS, your job is to kill them. Sorry. But like, I don't know. I'm just, it confounds me. And I really, really want to know. Yeah, that's about it. I hopefully have a better, more thoughtful one later. Wet Willy!